Hey guys, welcome to AndroGuider. In this video, we are gonna review the Cyanide ROM. So this ROM was released, in fact, just yesterday. That is on the 30th of May, and actually, in the first build of Cyanide for the Android One devices, the it was reported that the Wi-Fi was not working properly, but in this build that was released yesterday, the Wi-Fi is working properly, as you can see. In fact, one of my apps is just getting updated on the Wi-Fi, and everything else I have tested it out, everything else is also working perfectly. So I will just get into customization straight away, and I believe that this video is gonna be longer than my usual videos too, because this ROM comes in with tons of customizations. And it was really great of Akhil Narang to build this ROM for Sprout. And actually uh, I've been messaging him over the last couple of days to you know to get that Wi-Fi bug fixed, and uh, it was kind enough of him to actually fix that and get a working build in. So let's dive into the customization straight away. And before that, I would just tell you some of the features that make this ROM really very unique. The first thing that you can see, that it comes with the Nova launcher. And of course, um, this is the free version of the Nova launcher. And another thing, that the first thing, when I will slide down, uh, actually, when there are no notifications in there, then you really do get some special kind of features. I will try and disable the notification a bit and show you those features. Actually, I want you to see them. And as you can see, this is a AOSP based ROM. And it actually comes in with some customizations. First of all, as you can see in the notification bar header itself, here we have the Cyanide modes. I would get into them a bit later. And then you can see, by clicking this, we can get the power off menu. And then we also have a, we can just check this check this icon if you want to enable auto brightness, but I will just disable it to keep the brightness at max for the video. So and as you can see, it this build also comes in with the ES file explorer too. And I got nothing else. And I have flashed the Dolby Atmos and Viper for Android in the recovery after flashing the ROM. So we'll get into customization straight away now. And as I already said, that Wi-Fi is working fine, and it is fixed in this build. And in fact, Bluetooth was also working fine. I did manage to check it, I think. And yeah, Bluetooth was working fine, definitely it was. And you are definitely also able to make calls and receive them. Everything else is working fine too. So let's get into it. Also, here are the Cyanide mods, which you can even access from that notification header by clicking on the icon to the right of the battery icon. And okay, so let's get into it. So the first thing that we get in Cyanide mods is the advanced sounds option. Here we have the camera shutter sound. You can either enable or disable it. I will just disable it. Then we have the charging sounds. I prefer to have them. Then we have the dial pad tones, safe headset volume, screenshot sound, screen locking sounds, touch sounds, vibrate on touch. Then again, I have already told you that at the moment this ROM is, this ROM has tons and tons of customization, and it is the most customizable ROM for Marshmallow till date. I would just get you into a brief. And actually, VR Toxin was dissolved because of some internal disputes which could not be solved. And then Brett Rogers, who is the developer of Cyanide, he actually revived Cyanide on the 1st of May. And then the development of Cyanide started. And actually, we have got builds for a couple of phones out there too, and some of the tablets too. So again, VR Toxin was a great room too. And Cyanide again this is, as I've said, that this is the most customizable Marshmallow ROM we have as of now. So as you can see, we also have the volume dialog colors. I don't think that you would have seen this option in any ROM till date. you know I would I would be playing with that after a little while, after I get a bit used to this ROM. But you do have the background colors, then you have that you can adjust the color of the expand button to, in fact. And we have got the icons, inactive slider. I'll just show you the power menu. There it is. You can see it is fully colored, as you have said, the inactive slider, the slider. I hope that you are able to see all that. I will just put it back again in for you to see once more. There it is. You can just customize each and everything that comes in with this ROM. Okay, so next up we have got the volume steps option, which we also do get in other ROMs too. The minimum being 5 and the maximum being 60. So I prefer to have around 30 for the alarm, 30 for DMTF, 45 for the music, 30 for the notifications, maybe 30 for the ringum too, 30 and 15 for the voice call. Okay, then we also have charging sounds. You can enable player sound when the charger is connected or disconnected. Then you can just adjust that notification sound too. And then you can also enable the vibrate option when your charger is connected or disconnected. Okay, so next up we have got the animations. Swipe down your three fingers to take a screenshot. Then we have the disable animations. It disables the transition animations, such as when launching an app. If you want, you can choose it, but I prefer to have them. Then we have got the IME animations, for the animations for the system keyboard. I don't think that I have really come across any ROM which has that feature. Then next up we also have the list view animations. You can use this animation to some of these animations are pretty helpful in scrolling down faster through long lists. Then we also have the list view interpolator, scrolling animations, system animation, toast animations. You can also adjust the toast app icon, the toast text color. Again, tons and tons of animations in here. And you need to adapt to them. So if I would get in the system animations too, we have the enter only animation, reverse exit animation, activity open animation, activity close animation, task open animation, task close animation, move to front animation, move to back, wallpaper open, wallpaper close, wallpaper intra open, wallpaper intra close, task open behind animation. And you can even set the animation durations too. So you can see that each and every element of this ROM has been customized to a great extent. And I will also show you the toast animation. These are the options that we get. And okay, we also have the scrolling animations. You can go through them once. I would definitely be playing around them after the video. Then we have the list view interpolator. It should have opened, maybe. Okay, then we have the list view animations. These are the ones we have. As I've already said, that this ROM comes in with tons and tons of things, and they're bound to impress you. Okay, so next up we have the battery settings here. Actually you can see your screen on time here, and etc, everything else. Okay, so next up you have the battery saver too. And as this is a AOSP based ROM, you can enable the battery saver as and when you want. And you do also get the option to adjust the battery icon, that warning color too, which fills up your navigation bar and the status bar. Again, actually another great thing that I like about this ROM is that in some cases because of the problems in DPIs. Uh, for example, in resurrection remix, I often had to adjust the DPI to to be just able to change the colors. But this uh, the developers have ensured that the DPI should not pose a problem, and you can actually just scroll through these colors, and you can choose the ones which you really like. Okay, so maybe I would go ahead with the blue color, and that's the one color. You just enable it. I will just get it, just reset the color. I'll put it back on, and that's it. Okay, so next up we'd get into the buttons. Then if you have the hardware buttons, you can enable or disable the backlight. Then we have got the hardware keys, on slash off the switch for the hardware keys. Then we also do get the customize the navigation bar and select the custom shortcuts and actions. Then you can also allow custom actions, enable custom hardware key actions, and if you just check it, then maybe you would be getting some options. But my uh, the Android One devices don't have that many of uh, hardware buttons. In fact, we just have the volume rockers and the power button. And if you get into navigation bar customizations, then you can arrange the buttons and choose the ones to display on the navigation bar. And in fact, actually, yeah, it's a pretty cool feature that I saw here. You if you here you just need to just drag down this icon, and yeah, there you see, you just don't need to go and press down there in the navigation bar, and then change the icons. It's just a simple drag and drop feature, and it's really very great. Just okay, I'll just drag this up. I think just give me a moment, guys, or I can just reset it back to normal. Yep, that helps. So it's just a simple drag and drop feature, and you can also add other actions too. Custom app, kill apps. You also have the Google Now on tap, on the go mode, power menu. As I've already said, that this ROM comes in with tons and tons of features that you can in fact, just for setting up your phone, you need to at least uh, give yourself about 2 hours to explore the settings, and just get used to it. And as I've already said, that this video is going to be pretty long. Then we have the advanced settings. You can customize uh, the advanced functions and colors, and you have the double tap to sleep on the navigation bar. Then you have the menu buttons. We have the slim dim here too. Then you also get the color options. You can colorize the icons of the navigation bar. Choose when to colorize the icon, never if the icon is a grayscale icon, or you can just set it to always. And then we have the colorize ripple effect, and you can just choose if you want to colorize the ripple effect. The ripple effect is the one, suppose that the color you see when I just press the back button. And I will just show it to you again. This is the color which you get when I just press the back button. That's the color they are talking about. And you can just imagine that you can also colorize that actually. And custom color, you set that option, and you get the ripple effect color into. You can colorize the icons too, and it's just like we have our own theme. It also, this one also comes in with the theme engine, I guess. And if only it's a grayscale icon, I'll just get back to that. And you can adjust the ripple color too. In fact, to be honest, that's another great feature. I would put it to blue again, because yeah. And if we can see that, just give me a moment, guys. Yeah, here we have it, and there you see there was that blue color. Actually I chose the blue color because it kind of matches the secondary color which we are actually seeing in the settings when you are at the moment. We have got a black background and those headings in blue, so that's why I just chose blue. So just imagine that you can also customize that too. And next up, we get the landscape options. Enable to show the navigation bar on the bottom if you are in the landscape mode. Usually we get the animation, we get the navigation bar either on the right or on the left of the screen, but here you can actually just instead of getting your navigation bar at the either at the right or left, you just get it straight at the bottom of the screen. Actually I would prefer to use that, so I just stick that feature in. And next up, we have that we can adjust the height and the height of the navigation bar in the portrait and the landscape options. So I'll prefer to have it at 44 dps, I guess. Yeah, that would work fine. Okay, so that's all we have got in the navigation bar options, I guess. And we next up we come to the key actions, allow custom actions, but I've already told you we don't have those options, but I'll just tick this option and see if we can maybe if it unlocks some other menus. We just get to that. We swipe to the right and then we get those dashboard settings again. So if you choose this option, then you would be able to view your view the settings in the form of columns actually, and then you can actually adjust the column counts if you want it in 1 2 3 or 4 settings. I prefer to have the stock one. Then we have got the font styles too. You can adjust how those how you want the settings fonts to look like, as I showed you the various font styles too. Then next up we have the switches option, whether to show switches on the dashboards or not. And then again you can just play around with everything. You can change the background color, you can change the category text, you can change the icons color, the title text, the toolbar text. As I've already told you, have got tons and tons of options to play around with it. Maybe I'll just show you the settings menu, I guess, once we can have a look at that. Definitely we can. There you see we have got those though the category in fact I would say the category heading in green, followed by blue icons, and that the text color of the various sub menus that we have in blue. And that's what we get. And yeah, this ROM does come in with the theme engine, I guess, if I'm not wrong. And we have got tons of options to play, so I've already told you that this video is going to be really very long. Okay, so we were in the dashboard settings, so that's what you get in the dashboard. In fact, I'll definitely play around with a bit. Okay, so maybe I'll set the title text to say yellow might be too bright, say red, it should do. And maybe the icons can be blue. There it is. We'll just have a look. And there you see the sub menus change to the red color, and we get the category the category heading as in the green color, and the settings icons in the blue color. So it's all about playing around with the stuff that you get. I would be playing around with it a lot. In fact, I've already told you that you need to give yourself at least 2 hours to set up this ROM. Okay, so next up we do get the floating windows feature, where to allow global use of the float mode or not. If you have been using that expose module x hello floating windows, then you would definitely be familiar with this feature. And you can launch the gesture anyway when you are in the float mode. Then we have got the cyanide actions and pie settings. You can enable that when you are in the float mode. Launch quick settings and expanded header icon actions in the float mode. I'll just take that too. Next up we have the interface options. The app circle bar, I believe that you would all be familiar with it. You just you choose choose some apps quickly, and you can just actually just scroll through them. Next up we have got the app sidebar. We have the expanded desktop settings too, and you can just select the apps which should use the expanded desktop. Then we have the gesture anywhere option. You can just check this. We also get the left edge and the right edge settings, and actually I'm really very thankful to the developer for giving me the option to choose where I can place the gesture anywhere, because in the past few ROMs I've been seeing that by default they are present in the in the right section of the screen, and actually I like the uh, gesture anywhere in the right. So thank you at the left, in fact. So thanks a lot to the developer for giving me this feature. Then you can adjust the trigger width. Maybe I'll just prefer to have it at 7, and then you can just adjust the trigger height. So again, as I've already told you, you have got tons and things to play around with. So give yourself at least 2 hours to play around with this ROM. Then we have the identicons. Enable slash customize non pictures for contacts. uh, Actually I'm seeing this feature for the first time, so just get used to it. We'll read the descriptions and see what it is. So use identicon as default contacts picture when creating new contacts. So I get it. You can actually customize that picture, the picture of those contacts who whom you have not accorded any picture as at the moment. Then actually you can customize that picture too. So again, you can actually, we have got the identicon styles here. I believe only retro is available at the moment. Then we can actually create identicons. Okay, first of all I need to check that option. Then we have those various settings. Dot matrix, retro, contemporary, spin, spirograph, dot matrix. Then you can just create an identicon too. There was some activity in the status, in the I did see something, I guess. Maybe not. Okay, so I'll let it go. But actually it's just processing things at the moment. So it is actually creating identicons for those unknown callers. And to those whom I have not accorded pictures, as I told you. So that's what it is doing. And actually you can adjust those identicon style. So I would say that we definitely have another great feature to play around with it. And as the more the merrier, I say. The more features we have, the more you like that ROM. Then we have got those pie control options, the slim pie. I don't use them, but I would definitely let you have a look at the settings. We have the pie targets. So I guess we have the navigation bar enabled, and that's why it is not allowing us. Then we can we have got all those settings. Then we have the slim pie. Enable slim pie on screen navigation. We have the button settings, style and dimensions, trigger options, menu visibility. How and when do you want the menu buttons to appear? So again, maybe a great deal of customizations, I would say. Actually, that's what you get in here. That's what we also have in the style and dimensions options. You can just go through them once, because as I've already told you, I don't use them. Then we have got the trigger options. these are the settings we have here. Then the menu visibility, you can just always show, never show, show on request. I'll just turn them off, and I will also let you have a glimpse at the pi control settings too. Here we can define the pi targets. You can just go through those settings once if you want to. And actually I guess I would need to disable them to get back my navigation bar, but I would let you guys have a look at it. And next up we get the pi size, the pi gravity. Actually I think it's a system UI restart, because maybe I've been playing a bit too much, and uh, the features with that which this ROM comes in with, actually and it's just too many, I guess. Okay, so you can just play them around with it. Then I guess we were at pi style. uh, no, I think we were at pi gravity, then we had the pi style, then we had the pi angle, and then we have the item gap, and there it is. Okay, so that's what I think we have got in the pi control settings. I will just disable the pi controls to get back my navigation bar, and there it is, it has been enabled back. Okay, so it's pretty spontaneous too. Then we have got the lock screen customizations, so you can enable or disable the alarm text on the lock screen, and I prefer to have it. Then you can customize the bottom screen shortcuts, then you can show the charging current too, then you have the center shortcuts too, and then you can check whether you want to show the clock or not, and you can even customize its size. Then we have got various custom colors to play around with. You can just colorize the icon. I would say always colorize ripple effect. We have the custom color for that too, I believe, and we'll just be playing around with it too. You can just have the alarm text, so we'll just play around with it. Maybe I would have it set at green, I guess. Then we have got the clock. I prefer to have orange for that. There you go. Then we get the date in, and for the date, I guess maybe I would go ahead with the light blue one. Then with the indication text, I would go ahead with the red color. Then we have the icons. Maybe I'll set them up to yellow, and then we have the owner info. Okay, so what should we put it at? Yeah, I'm running out of options, I believe. Okay, so we'll just actually you can also enter the hex value indirectly, and you can also add your favorite colors in here. These are something which I would call them as the quick access colors option. And we also do get the transparent option, I guess. That's what it really is. And where were we? Yeah, we're customizing the owner info, and I believe that we haven't used the dark blue color, I guess, so maybe, or yeah, let's go ahead with pink color, I would say. Yeah, looks good. Then we have the ripple text. Maybe again I would go ahead with purple. Looks cool. Maybe a slightly on the darker shade, I guess, to separate it from pink. Then we have the weather text settings to weather text color customizations. um, so you do get in a lot of options, as I've already told you. So maybe I will just prefer to have them. Okay, let's have them at red too. Let's check that. That's what the weather text will be, and that's what the indication text color would be. But maybe I can just customize it a bit on the lighter shade of green, I guess. Okay, so I'll make myself a new color here. Yeah, it's a bit of a brown color, I guess, and I will just take that. I believe that. Yep, we have the indication text set as brown, and we have the weather text set as red. Yeah, so that does pretty good, I guess. And next up we also get the date. You can just check in that too if you want to show the date, and you also can adjust the date size. Device policy override, allow apps to force secure lock screen and override the default settings. You can check that if you want to. Then double tap to sleep on the lock screen, double tap on the top third or the bottom shortcut area to put the device back to sleep. Then we have the various font style options. You get, as I've already told you, we have tons and tons of customizations. Then customize showing color and custom image for the ROM logo. Yeah, that's a new option that we are actually having. So I guess you would need to select an image for that, and maybe then you can actually go ahead with that. I also remember seeing one of those screenshots in the Google Plus community of Cyanide 2, and in fact I think Brett Rogers did post a screenshot on that. I think that I would be exploring this option a bit later, and then maybe I would let you know about that in my blog post too. So just keep a check on my blog. I will put down the link to that too in the description. And then we have the media cover art. You can just enable or disable that. Then we have the music visualizer customizations. Show the music visualizers on the lock screen, and then you add on to that, you can also customize its color. Enable to use a custom color, disable to create the color from the lock screen background automatically, and I guess I would prefer to have that. Then you can adjust the lock screen message, and you should also have a look at the keyboard too that we get in by default. Actually I'll just put in my name. Yep, there you go. And as I was saying, I hope that you guys had a look at the keyboard too. We get that number row in by default. So another great setting which I personally use, and I would like to have that too. Then you can also adjust the owner info size. You also have that power button torch. Long press the power button to to launch your LED light and use it as a torch. Then the status bar, clock and date. Change various keyguard status bar, clock and date options. I guess that we can use this only on the lock screen, I guess. I'm not sure about that. Okay, but show clock and date, and you can just customize these settings too. We get the AM/PM style. Yep, I think that it's definitely for the status bar. I just confirm that. If I select DM, yeah, it's not showing up there, so I guess it should be for the lock screen only. Or maybe I would have a look at the lock screen again, I guess. Yeah, definitely yes. As you can see that the uh, the clock was in fact the status bar clock and date were visible on the lock screen too, and you can actually even adjust uh, how they are visible on the lock screen. I will just let you have a look again at my lock screen, and there you see that actually you can see the in the top at the in the status bar that we do get the time too. So actually these settings are for the not for the status, for the status bar clock and date which is there on your keycard, not just uh, the time and date which are showing there by default uh, in the status bar when your phone is unlocked, but when your phone is locked. These settings are for that, and I prefer to hide them, so I won't play around with them. Then you can customize the lock screen wallpaper too, and then you can choose whether you want to show the lock screen wallpaper or not. And then you can colorize all the icons, enable to colorize all the icons, disable to colorize only the monochrome icons. Then we can have that custom setting, and I just prefer to have them at 3. I would just change my DPI a bit, and then maybe I guess I would play around with that. Okay, so notifications. You can get a notification when your device is fully charged. We get breathing notifications next up, breathing SMS, missed call, and voicemail. I'll check all of them. We get custom colors too in the status bar, uh, and then sorry, in the notifications too. Okay, so you can colorize the media background, colorize the app icon background, and colorize the app icon. And then you can colorize the notification background on long pressing, the ripple color, the text color, the icons, the clear all icon. Again, I have already told you with the customizations you get in this ROM, you can actually create your own theme. You don't need to use any separate themes. You can actually create your own theme. There are so many options which we have, as you can see. Then we have the custom colors. I think yeah, we went through them. And then you can force expand the notification. We have got the heads up customizations in here. Then pop-up notifications are disabled at the moment. I would just enable them. Force all applications to use heads up, or you can even snooze. We also have the snooze options. Notification will not be shown for the next 1 minute, etc. You can time out them too, and for how long the heads up notification should be visible. I'd prefer it for 4 seconds, I guess. Then you can in the blacklist option, you can add those apps from which you don't want to see heads up notifications, and add those apps in the do not disturb options uh, which you don't want to show when your do not disturb mode is enabled. And if there are any apps which you want to whitelist, post all the notifications from these apps as heads up. So you can do that. So we get tons of customization for the heads up too. Then we have the immersive mode messages. You can also have the less frequent notification sounds, shake to clear the notifications, use the switch or long press the clear all notifications button to shake to clean the notifications feature. Great thing. I'm seeing it for the first time, I guess. And then you have the notification manager, and these options are present by default in all the AOSP based ROMs. Okay, so that's all, I guess. Pretty too much in the notifications options we had. Then we get into the power menu customizations. We get the advanced reboot options, and actually for the animation settings, I was actually looking back at them from in the animation sections. But yeah, we have this the animations. You can animate the power menu in here. I would show you the power menu after we have gone through all the customizations in here. Then you get the background dimming value. You can just maybe this will just adjust the transparency a bit. Then you have the boot dialog, customize the boot dialog. Okay, so show the progress icon. We can you can again also customize the progress icon, which is nothing but how your power menu should look like when you are, when you just press that power off. Suppose when I will launch the power menu and then I press that power off or reboot option, and your phone goes to power off, then you see that dialog box coming up, and you can just customize the background text and the uh, app text of that dialog. So again we can use that too. um, you know I already said that you can actually create a theme on your own from this. We have got so many customizations in here. Then you can customize choose actions and layout for the power menu. um, okay, so here you can actually adjust how the options should go around. You can just arrange them. Yep, so that's how I prefer to have them. Then you can prefer to show them on the lock screen or not. You can customize the colors of the power menu too. I And then even there you can customize those ripple colors even in the power menu, the text colors. And as I've already told you, there are so many customizations that you need to give yourself at least 2 hours, or in fact even more than that, to set the things up. And then in the type we have the panel bar options in here. I guess actually I don't know what the bar is meant for, but as I've already told you, I would be playing around with the ROM for a bit longer after the video too, and I would let you know in my blog post, where I would definitely be covering more about the ROM in great detail, as I've already told you. Then we can customize the tiles in the panel too. So these are the tiles which we are using at the moment. Just slide in my these are the tiles which are there at the moment. In fact, you can just add them. I would just get into that in a while. Actually I'm looking for those uh, expand the first row option. Then we have the cyanide action tile. Add and set the order of the actions for the cyanide action tile. So you can add the options in here. Okay. Yeah, I understand what it is for. And actually we need to just get into this feature. Just give me some time and I will get into this feature. I will explain to you what it really is for. Then we have the advanced location detail. Enable advanced settings for the location in quick settings. And then you can set the animation duration, the animation styles, slow, default, fast animation styles, flip and rotate, and auto collapse the quick settings panel upon toggle. Know that this is only for certain tiles like toggles. So I guess you understood that. That's pretty basic. Then we have the brightness slider. Then you can customize the every aspect of the quick setting panel colors. The okay, so you can customize the background, the brightness slider color, the battery slider color, the brightness slider icon colors, the icons, the ripple effect color, and the text color. Okay. Yeah, so we also get the detailed Wi-Fi view. Enable detailed view for the Wi-Fi in quick settings, or check that too. It's just like the if you have used Cyanogen mod, then or the any Cyanogen mod based ROM, then I believe then you would be definitely be familiar with this feature. Then you can enlarge the first row. This was the option that I was looking for. You can customize the number of tiles per row, 3, 4, or 5. I would set them at 4. I would just customize my DPI, and then maybe it would look a bit better. We also have the quick pull down, right or left, or you can just turn it off. Then we have the smart pull down. If you don't have any dismissible or persistent, or both of them, then you can just straight away get into the quick toggles. If you don't have any dismissible or persistent notifications, this is what I am talking about. Then you can vibrate on touching the tiles. Okay, so we get into the customization options of the so these are the tiles which we are using at the moment. And cyanide mods, this is what this thing is about. This is what I wanted to tell you. There you see, uh, this the cyanide action tile, and as I told you, I would just get in I'll get back to you. And actually this is what the cyanide action tile is made for. You can customize, if you want to use the screenshot options, the power menu options, and then you can just add on to them the options which you want to access rather quickly. So say I would just go ahead with the in fact well, I would like to have the restart system UI, then maybe just the last app too, it would do good, and kill the app, and maybe a screenshot would do too. Okay, so in fact the screenshot option is already there. So you can just you get these options by default. In fact you can even change the options too. I will just add another option, and you just say to search in the app. Okay, so that looks pretty cool. And then you can just order around with the stuff, last app and then the kill app. Okay, so this is the order which I most frequently use, and then I would just get into that. These are the settings. We have the Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, color inversion. I don't use that option, so I would just delete it. Then we get the mobile data, aeroplane mode, rotation, flashlight, my location. I don't use that too, so I would disable it. Then we have the cyanide mods, which I just told you about. Then we have the slim pie, quick settings. I don't use that too, so I will disable it too. Okay, so you can just see the new tiles which are available. We get the battery saver tile into, I like that, so I'll put in that. We have the ADB over network, app circle bar, app sidebar, brightness, and in fact you really do get that checkbox which I told you. Yeah, so that's what it's meant for. And this is what we mean by that expanded Wi-Fi settings thing. So if you have used Cyanide mode, I believe that you would be familiar with those settings. And then we get the caffeine mode. Caffeine is nothing but you can set the timer for which the screen should remain on. Basically, if you are having your tea or coffee, then you want your phone, if you're using your phone, then you can just set in a timer of 5, 10, 15 minutes, say that, and till that time your phone will remain on. And then we get the cast screen, color inversion, compass, cyanide action. I guess we did have that too. Yeah, so this is the cyanide action tile, and I will have both of them. Then next up, yeah, we have the expanded desktop, floating windows. I'll check in that too. And then yeah, we have the hardware keys, heads up, hotspot, kernel orator, the LED. Yeah, in fact the flashlight, both of them would be the same ones, I guess, so I just put it back in. Then we get the layers option. So I guess I was a bit this ROM is based on layers, and it doesn't come with the CM theme engine, just remember that. And then we get the lock screen options, the location, navigation bar, play, for the nothing but your music type, play or pause the music. Then you have the power menu, reboot into the recovery, reboot or reboot into the recovery. Then we get the S tweak, screen off, screen timeout. I would put in the play tile, the screen timeout tile, and I guess we also get the screenshot tile. And maybe if I'm using the cyanide action tile, I actually don't need that. And then you get the slim float, slim pie, sound mode, I would have in that. And just another one tile we do get in the sync and the volume panel. so I prefer to have the volume panel instead. Okay, so I guess we have pretty much everything in here, and actually you can also access the cyanide modes directly in from the settings I showed you. By that, by clicking that icon right next to the battery icon. So I would just add in the sync tile, I guess. Yep, that does it for me. Okay, so we have got pretty many tiles around here to play around with. Okay, so next up we get into the recents panel. You can show or hide the clear all button. Then we get the 6 locations to place the clear all button. We get the clear all tasks option to choose whether to dismiss all the tasks or ignore the foreground task. I prefer to have it that way. Include just ignore the foreground task. You can adjust the icon color for the clear all button. You can also have the miscellaneous recents option, cyanide logo. When recents is empty, show the cyanide logo instead of the text. Yeah, that would be great. Then you can even adjust the font style, or just grant your root access to the settings. And then maybe we will be having a system UI restart. Okay, so next up we get the various font styles. These are the various font styles which we have, and then you can hide those apps which do not appear in the recents panel. We have the immersive recents to show the memory bar. Thank you very much, I prefer to have it. Then screen pinning, you can either show or hide the search bar. I prefer to hide it. Then shake to clear recents, use the switch or long press clear all recents button to enable that. And then you have those you can tweak the colors of the memory bar too. Then we have the omni recents too, the slim recents too. Again, I've already told you that this is full of customizations, so bear up. Then we get into the status bar customizations. We have the battery options, customize the battery style, type and color. Okay, so we do get I prefer to have the circle icon, show the battery percentage. Then the dotted circle, interval of, you can just even customize the interval at which the dots would be visible on the circumference of the circle. So actually you can decide up on what fraction of the circumference should each dot show. And I guess that's pretty amazing. I haven't seen that feature. So yep, I guess that's pretty cool. Then we have that charging animation too. Great to have that too. I love that. Then the cutout feature, enable to cut the battery percentage or charging symbol out of the battery icon if the battery fill reaches the battery percentage or the charging symbol. Okay, I would prefer to have that. Then we can change the colors too. Then okay, yeah, so here we get the color when your phone is not charging. So I guess I would have it set to yellow. Okay, thank you. And then we can even adjust the text color. I'll have it to red, I guess. Thank you very much. It looks pretty cool, I guess. Then you can change the things when your phone is charging. I'll set it to green. Okay, there you go. Percentage text and the charging indicators. That's all. Thank you very much. Then we have the battery bar customizations. So these are the things which you get in. So we have the location. Either you can hide it top of the status bar, top of navigation bar, or the bottom of the navigation bar. Then we have the styles. Regular one would be the one which would be aligned to the left of your screen. The center mirrored one, as the name says, it is symmetrical about the center. The reverse one is aligned to the right of your screen, and I would have the center mirrored one. You can have the charging animations too. Then you can tweak the colors too. I would have it set to blue by default. Charging color would be green. Okay, thank you. and then we have the low battery color, and then you can have the thickness. I would have that 2D piece. Thank you very much. Okay, so next up we get the carrier label customizations. Show the carrier label in the status bar and show it on the lock screen. We would definitely have it. You can have a custom carrier label, and I would actually I would love to have it as cyanide only. Thank you. That's what I want. Thank you very much. We have got the font styles too. I would set it to bold, then the location left or right. You can even adjust the text size and the colors too. Okay, so maybe pink would do. That's it. Yep. Okay, so maybe we get into clock settings, customize the position of the clock, right? I prefer to have it in the center. Then we have the AM/PM style. If you want to show it, then you can set the clock color in here, and I guess I would put it to orange, I guess. Yeah, there it is. I put it to orange, and then you can show the date, and then we have got those basic small and normal fonts, and then we have got the various date formats. I would prefer to have it set as, okay, say Tuesday May 31, and I would have the normal one 106. I would just clear a few notifications to just get the things going. Yep, looks cool. Then you can even adjust the font size. I would have it up at 18. It's overlapping better, I guess, but that thing would be fixed when I change the DBI. Then we have the various font styles. I would set it at bold. Then you can even show the settings the seconds if you want to. Okay, so next up we have the Cyanide logo, switch and color. Thank you very much. I would love to have it lock screen and the status bar. You can tons of features here too, and you can actually adjust this color to here. So I think I would have that red, I guess. Wait, then you can hide them when a certain number of notification icons are there. I would say 2, and it appears back again. Okay, so we have the expanded header. You can customize the expanded header colors and more, and if you want, then we can have your battery customizations, customize the battery color. Again, we have the portrait icon here, or the circle one. You can choose the whichever one you want. I would show the battery percentage to the circle, won't be shown dotted, and again we have that interval settings, cutout thing. Again the icon color, and maybe I would light a bit different this time. Maybe green would do, and the percentage text and the charging thing, maybe red again, I guess. Okay, thank you. So tons and tons of customizations that I've already been telling you. Okay, so I'm forgetting even where we were. Okay, so next up we have the custom app shortcut. Select and define custom apps to open with status bar header buttons. Okay, so when you select the date, when you select the time, when you select the cyanide, you have tons and tons of options here. Into you can just select when you select the time. If by default when I would press that time button, we would by default we would be getting in that we would by default get to the clock. You can even customize that, what happens on the single press, what happens on a long press, and and you can do that for everything. That's amazing. That is awesome, I believe. And then we have got the custom app shortcuts. um, yep, we went into it. We have got the font styles, so go ahead and customize them if you want to. The power menu button off, uh, screen off, power menu screen off. Okay, then customize the network icons. um, okay, so maybe I have the airplane mode in, say, in dark blue, I guess, and the no sim card icon in yellow, I guess. Okay, let's do that. Fine with me. Next up, we have got those time contextual headers. You can select those images. Again, we get many options. This is the Cyanide pack, and this is the default pack. I believe you would be familiar with. This is the modern pack. Then we get the Paul walls, and then this is the poly HD. Maybe I would be using modern for a while. Then you can show the weather to show location, and here comes the customizations again. Everything. Go ahead and play them with them if you want. Okay, then we have got the expansion view. Then you have got the animation settings, the background customizations, custom text if you want any in the expansion view, force view, layout changer. Yeah, go through them once. Here you get tons and tons of customizations. Yeah, that's too much, I guess. Okay, yeah, so here in network icons you can change the color of the signal colors. Okay, I'm just figuring out. Maybe I would set them at blue this time. Okay, then color light status bar, no sim card colors. I think we already did that for the expansion header too. I'll set that at pink. And the airplane mode, let's have it at dark blue this time. Then the status colors, green would do, I guess. Okay, that's what we have here. Next up, we get into the network traffic settings, and I would select outgoing and incoming. Then auto hide them, and you have those basic display units, bits per second and bytes per second. And then the color, I believe, would have to be pink this time, I guess. Okay, let's have it. Yep, looks good. Okay, so where were we? Then we had you can customize the notification icons here and the colors of the notification icons. Okay, actually I feel that I'm running out of colors at the moment. Okay, so let me think. Let's use red. Looks cool. Yep, I'll just change the logo color, I guess. And then we have the random setting, configure random status bar option. Okay, so these are the random settings: 4G switch, force showing 4G instead of LTE, alarm indicator show alarm, clock indicator if alarm is set, the battery saver show battery saver notification when enabled, brightness control, disable force close notification, double tap to sleep on status bar. You can show the headset icon if you want to. We have the low battery bar, show low battery notification when enabled, volume button icon, show volume button icon enabled by default. Okay, thank you, great to have that too. Then we can customize the ticker color. Okay, display the number of pending notifications, that's the notification count, and the status bar ticker. Enable the old status bar ticker. Okay, and then we get all these settings. Yep. So that's what we have in here too. Actually, then we have the user icon and the multi-user switch. Customize the user icon and the multi-user switch on the lock screen. It is talking about this, the rightmost icon in the notification header. Okay, so you can even color that thing. You can even color the guest icon, the text and the icon frame text for the inactive users. Oh yeah, that's amazing. What else I can say? If you ask me, maybe set it to yellow again. We have the weather temperature too. Weather temperature, show that on the status bar. Show with scale. I would prefer to have it that way, and then we have to change the color too. But actually I'm running short of colors, I guess. Let's have it at purple this time. And yeah, no, did we set pink for something? Yeah, it was for those icons. Okay, so let's have purple. Good to go. Show with scale, show on right or show on left. I would show it on left, then we maybe just show it on the right. Okay, then we have got the font styles too. Okay, and I would prefer to have it the normal way. Then you can number of notification icons. You can hide the weather when there are certain number of notification icons. Let's put that to 3. Okay, cool. Unit would just to prevent the unnecessary clogging of the status bar. Now we get into the system app remover. You would be familiar with it. Then we have the wake lock blocker. Okay, so we are finally done with the Cyanide mod settings, and I'll just make sure that we don't get this thing longer anymore. Then we have the ambient display settings, color inversion, double tap to wake, weather display, weather location, pulse on notifications, auto brightness, and again we have got tons of customization even in ambient display. Yeah, pretty good to have that too. And then we have got the adaptive brightness too, and brightness level. We have set that full, daydream, font size, LCD display. We have got the rotation settings here, sleep, the timeout settings, the wake on plug, press power button twice to launch the camera, adjust the target's vibration, then disable torch on screen off. Okay, I would have that too. Then I guess we are missing a bit of settings here under advanced settings. Maybe we should have had them. Okay, so we do get the privacy settings too, block call list, and in fact we are getting the privacy guard too, I believe. Yeah, yeah, that's been imported from the Cyanogen mod, I guess. Then we have the sound and notification settings. Actually, prevent audio ducking, do not reduce the media playback. Yeah, thank you very much. Also, I wait for calls. Thank you. I love to have these options. And then we get into themes. Okay, you have the automatic mode on light condition change. Okay, so that's how our settings would look like, or on daytime. Okay, so if you if it depends on the daytime, or it will use your light sensors to to change the settings background. If you are familiar with the dark and light settings themes, then you would obviously get what I'm trying to say. Then custom colors, this will allow custom color selection in the ROM to override any changes made by the theme. Good, thank you very much. Then you can even customize the wallpaper of the settings background, I think. Great. Then we get the weather settings, enable update interval, now I'll set to 2 hours. You can select the weather provider, custom location, then you can put in your location in there, forecast, dialog, and then you can even select the weather icons too. Then we have the accounts options, the app settings, the miscellaneous settings, location, that is, I want to disable it, and the memory, that's what we do get. Okay, storage and USB, these all of this stuff is present under miscellaneous. Then under security we get, although you can just change the screen login here, and be sure to check the unknown source option if you are planning to sideload any apps or install any apps from your SD card. Then next up, we have the super SU and the developer option. I would just go get in here quick, and you can use the cool color temperature, use cooler display icons. Okay, maybe I would just play now it ADB over network. Just make sure to check the USB debugging too. I just have to hide the notification, and then pretty basic stuff, the input settings, show touches if you want to, the drawing settings, we have got the various animation settings here into, and show CPU usage. So we really don't have any more customization than in about phone. You can have a look at the change log. Many things, and share Cyanide. This comes in with the May security patch, and I am using I'm running a custom kernel at the moment. So yeah, guys, I think we have made a very long video. That's all, and I guess we may had a really very long video, but as I told you, a ROM with tons and tons of customizations. So thanks for watching, and we make sure to check out my blog post, and I will just ensure that I can put it as quick as possible. So thank you very much. Tada. I'll see you in the next